Good morning students, welcome back to the science class. Children, Mother Nature has gifted us so many things. We see the beautiful sunrise, sunset, we experience the gentle breeze, we experience the rainfall, we see the different patterns in the clouds, we see the formation of the clouds. But there are certain events like earthquakes, high tides, volcanic eruptions, lightning also. These are all natural events, natural phenomena, which are not in our hands. They occur without our interference. Some of them are harmless, they are good for us in fact. But some of them can be disastrous. So today we are going to start with our chapter, Some Natural Phenomena. Natural phenomena is an event which occurs without the intervention or interference of human beings. In this chapter we are going to study about two natural phenomena. One is lightning and second is earthquake. Before studying lightning, we should know what a charge is and how it is formed, how charges interact with each other and how charges can be transferred from one object to another. Children, we know that all matter is made up of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particles of any matter. Maybe it is solid, liquid or gas. Atoms have subatomic particles. These subatomic particles are protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons are positively charged, neutrons are having no charge, whereas electrons carry negative charge. The charging of an object occurs because of these protons and electrons. In a neutral object, number of protons is always equal to number of electrons. And because of that, there is no net charge. Net charge is 0. But when electrons get transferred from one object to another, the object from which the electrons have come out experiences net positive charge. And the electrons which get transferred to the object, another object which gains those electrons, it becomes negatively charged. So we can say that charges are of two types, positive and negative charges. Now how these charges interact with each other. Children, we know that magnets have two poles, like North Pole and South Pole. When you bring a North Pole near a South Pole of another magnet, they attract each other. That means unlike poles attract each other. And if you try to bring a North Pole of a magnet near the North Pole of another magnet, they both will repel. So, unlike charges attract and like charges repel. Similar is the case with the charges. Like charges repel. And so we can say that the positive and positive charges, they will move away from each other, negative and negative charges will move away from each other, right? And unlike charges attract. So there is an attraction between positive and negative charge. Negative charge is attracted towards the positive one and positive charge is attracted towards the negative one. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract. Now let us discuss the methods by which we can charge an uncharged or neutral object. There are three methods by which we can charge an uncharged object. Charging by friction, charging by conduction and charging by induction. The first one, charging by friction. Friction, as we have already studied, it is rubbing of two objects, right? So when we rub two objects, both of them get charged and one acquires negative charge, another acquires positive charge. For example, we take a glass rod and rub it with a silk cloth. Initially, both of them are having equal number of positive and negative charges, so they are neutral. But after rubbing, the electrons from the glass rod, they move towards the silk cloth. And so the silk cloth becomes negatively charged. And as the electrons have been transferred to the silk cloth from glass rod, the glass rod attains a net positive charge. Similarly, ebonite rod. Ebonite is a kind of hard wood. This ebonite rod, if it is rubbed with woolen cloth, the negative charges, the electrons from the wool, they travel to the ebonite rod, making the ebonite rod negatively charged, and the woolen cloth acquires a net positive charge. So this is how by rubbing two objects we can charge both of them. If both of them are uncharged and we are rubbing them, both of them will acquire opposite charges. Second is charging by conduction. In this method, one object is neutral. See, you can see this metal, I have not written any positive or negative charge over here. So this is a neutral object. When a charged object, suppose this glass rod, after being rubbed with the silk cloth, it has acquired positive charge. So if we are bringing this glass rod with positive charge and touching the metal object, the charge from the glass rod will travel to the metal and both of them will acquire the same charge. You can see here, there are positively charged plus sign I have drawn here. Then after touching the metal also acquires the positive charge. So when we are charging by friction, both the objects become oppositely charged, but in this case, both of them will acquire the same charge. So conduction is charging an object by touching it with a charged object. A neutral object, when touched with a charged object, it acquires the same charge. And third, charging by induction. In this case, the charged object is just brought near the uncharged object. This one is the uncharged object. When you count these plus and minus signs, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 plus sign, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 minus sign. But as this charged object is coming near this, the positive charges, they travel towards this side. So making this object charged, right? They are attracted as a positive and negative charges, they are attracted. But here there is no contact between the two objects, unlike conduction. In conduction, contact is necessary. Here only bringing the object near is necessary. So children, these are the three methods by which we can charge an uncharged object. Charging by friction, that is by rubbing the two objects. Charging by conduction, touching a neutral object with a charged object. And charging by induction, bringing a charged object near the uncharged object but not touching it. So children, I hope this video will help you to understand what are charges, how they behave, and what are the methods of charging an object. Thank you.